Episode 610. Yi Shu had already left the room and exited the arena, so naturally the arena invitation couldn't reach him here. Huang Shaotian wasn't about to let it go that easily. He tried to add Lord Grimm as a friend, but the guy had his friend request switch turned off entirely. When Yi Shu first entered the heavenly domain, he was flooded with so many friend requests that his game nearly froze. He'd long since turned that feature off entirely. Unable to reach him in-game, Huang Shaotian resorted to bombarding Ye Shu on QQ. Knowing Ye Shu was online, he didn't shout in the group chat but went straight to private messages, copying and pasting a flood of messages in rapid succession. Finally, a reply from Ye Shu came through.
Shh. Blocking you then.
Huang Shaotian caught the moment his target came online and unleashed a storm of APM, QQ video calls, voice invites, and massive images flying in rapid succession, all to prove his relentless determination. Finally, Ye Chu's next reply came through.
Annoying. Logging off.
With that, his avatar went dark. Huang Shaotian still didn't believe it. He kept pestering for a full 5 minutes, but when he found there was absolutely no response, he was finally left with no choice but to give up. He switched over to the group chat and took a look. It was buzzing. Nobody was asleep in the dead of night. They were all discussing the unspecialized issue. Some only learned about it now, scrambling to ask around and demanding the video. Naturally, everyone had recorded that match. Some eager players immediately uploaded it to the shared group chat, and those who hadn't seen it scrambled to download it. As the video's unfortunate protagonist, Huang Shaotian was naturally frustrated, but frustration aside, he had also recorded the match. Now, he clicked play and was slowly studying it.
How do you feel?
Just then, a message popped up on QQ from team captain Yu Wenzhou.
Tough to deal with. But the correction field still masks a lot of problems. No helping it. His level's too low. If we ran a normal match, even his Dragon Tooth couldn't break through the stun resistance on your gear.
But this unspecialized combo is really intricate. If you actually wanted to study it, it'd take a lot of effort.
A match isn't ultimately decided by any one person. But I have a feeling he'll be a huge problem once he's back. He always has been.
A shame, really. There's no other unspecialized like him out there.
Huang Shaotian was suffering from a lack of test subjects.
What do you think of those people?
Yu Wenzhou asked, referring to Zhang Luolan and his group.
Decent enough, but all too green. Squad level quality.
Huang Shaotian answered. A qualifying team meant a team that spent each season fighting to stay out of the bottom 2 spots, struggling to avoid losing their slot. In the first half of this season, Excellent Era team had already sunk to the role of a quota team, a real shocker.
Don't jump to conclusions. They still have half a year before they enter the Pro League.
Pulling in Yi Chu, that should help them a lot.
Without Xiao Shiqin, Thunderclap is nothing more than a playoff bubble team.
But Yi Chu can only register mid-season next season. He won't be able to play in the first half.
So this team won't really hit its stride until Season 10.
What level would Yi Chu be at by then?
That's hard to say. A year away from the game, will it make him rusty, or give him the rest he desperately needed?
Who knows what scheme he's cooking up.
Meanwhile, at Tyranny's club, the unspecialized that had drawn a crowd failed to disrupt Zhang Xinjie's ironclad routine. By the time Huang Shaotian had accepted his second round of the gauntlet, he had already turned in for the night on the dot. But he and Han Wenxing weren't the only ones from Tyranny watching. At that moment, Han Wenxing was simply watching the video by himself, neither seeking out his own players to discuss it, nor bothering to look at the chatter in the pro player group chat. The video on the screen had reached the part where Troubling Rain was caught in Lord Grimm's aerial combo. Han Wenxing stared at the monitor, but his gaze seemed somewhat unfocused. But the moment Troubling Rain unleashed Falling Phoenix / to turn the tables, he would immediately reach out, drag the video back to where Lord Grimm started with Dragon Tooth and Sky Strike, switch to a different angle, and keep watching. Over and over, Han Wenxing watched. Then, suddenly, the light in his eyes seemed to burn brighter. He gave a slight nod, decisively closed the video, shut down the computer, stood up, turned off the light, and went to rest. Over at Excellent Era, Sun Shang was also watching the video. He too didn't join any discussion. Just like Han Wenqing, he watched it over and over again. But the video he was watching was the full recording, and from start to finish, it only had one perspective, Huang Shaotin's main point of view. He watched in silence, muttering something non-stop. Every team member with nothing to do was doing the exact same thing, watching the video. Some debated it with everyone in their group chats, while others discussed it privately with their own teammates. Every team, every player was trying to find something in that video. Yi Shu, however, didn't. He didn't even record it. He left the match, left the arena, and went leveling like it was nothing. This fact greatly displeased Chen Guo. Watching him defeat Huang Shaotian had her blood pumping with excitement. She was dying to see Yi Shu take on every pro player who came to watch and beat them all. Sure, that fantasy was a bit over the top, but isn't that exactly what makes it so exciting? And with that, Yi Shu finished off Huang Shaotin and promptly took his leave. The Zan Lulan crew went back to fighting Wang Jixi, but this guy, he didn't go.
Go, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Because I have absolutely no need to get to know these people any better right now.
Yi Shu said. Chen Guo was at a complete loss. Watching Ye Shu leveling at his leisure was hardly a spectacle. Chen Guo, on the other hand, had her mind on the match between Zhan Lulan's crew and Wang Jixi.
Wang Jixi seeking them out again. What's his angle? Is he eyeing their talent, trying to recruit them too?
Chen Guo knew Wang Jixi was trying to recruit Tang Ru, and she started piecing it together from there.
No idea.
I'll go scout ahead.
If you want to watch the show, just go. Why make up an excuse?
Yi Shu looked at him with disdain. Chen Guo shook her fist at Ye Shu, then went off on her own to ask San Lulan. Chen Guo, who had never been particularly fond of pay-to-win players, found her perspective shifting after watching the PK between Zhan Lulan and Huang Shaotian. It's true, money can save you a lot of detours when building a character, especially when it comes to gear, but that doesn't mean you can just overlook the effort someone puts in. In the first half of his match against Huang Shaotian, Zhan Lulan was a bit distracted, but in the second half he really showed everyone his hard work. Chen Guo couldn't help but feel a twinge of regret for having judged someone through tinted glasses before. Of course, there was no need to say it out loud. Since she felt regret, she'd just get along with them from now on. Chen Guo, thinking along these lines, found herself growing interested in the spar between Zhan Lulan, his crew, and Wang Jixi. After asking Lu Lan that, he immediately sent over the room number. Chen Guo went to take a look, and the match was already in full swing. This time, without Yi Shu's Lord Grim dragging them down at level 50, they were using the normal arena. Wang Bu Liuxing's god-tier equipment was absolutely overwhelming, and Zhan Lulan and his team were exactly the ones who wanted to see just how powerful a god-tier account's gear really was.